Hi, Dr. Jeff Banas, and I'm going to answer a question that I get emailed at least once a week. And that's, how long do I have to train to finish the Ironman? Usually it's a twofold question. It's how long do I have to train, meaning how many years in advance. Usually it's someone emails me and it says, hey, yeah, I'm kind of thinking about doing the Ironman. I want to do it 3 years from now. And I'm wondering how long it needs to take, because you might read that it takes a couple years. You should spend a couple years building an aerobic base, and that's a bunch of bull. Honestly, what I tell people is, sign up for it now, do it next year. And the only reason I say a year, why it takes a year to do the Ironman, is mainly because you need to sign up a year in advance, because it's going to sell out. Can you do Ironman with less than a year of training? Yeah, absolutely you can. I personally finished an Ironman on a 4-week notice. I got a spot into the Vineman Ironman, which is not Ironman logo, it's the 140.6. But I was not definitely training Ironman kind of mode. Can you do it less than a year? Yeah, absolutely. What I suggest you do is you sign up, commit yourself to it, train for 6 months like you're doing a half Ironman. After 6 months, train for the full Ironman, and just set that at 6 month halfway point, the half Ironman, and then the Ironman as the end. You can do it a lot less time than a year. You don't need to spend that time or years building the aerobic base. The second question is, how many hours a day do I have to train to do the Ironman? Because you search on Facebook and all these things, they're going to talk about people waking up at 3 o'clock or going for a 2-hour run in the morning. You don't need to do that type of stuff. Honestly, you don't. I mean, I am not a morning person. I hate getting up in the morning, going for a run or any type of exercise before I go to work. You can honestly get by, if you train smart, an hour a day during the weekdays, and then a few hours during the weekend. I personally finished Ironman before, where my long bike ride was 150-mile bike ride. And that was just intervals up and down the big hill we have out here. And honestly, my long run for that race was an 8-mile run. My knees are degenerated, okay? So, in one sense, I can't go for, I'm not going to go for a 15-mile run. That's going to just tear up my legs. A lot of people, when they think the Ironman needs to dominate their life. And that's one thing that what holds them back from signing up. I got kids, I got work, and I can't spend 3 hours on a Wednesday training. We don't need to do that. Like I said, especially if you train intensity over volume, okay? So you think quality to workout, intensity, rather than just going off and running, for volume, or cycling for miles and junk miles. You could definitely train and make some a lot better improvements if you train a lot harder with intensity. So my point is, don't feel like you need to put this Ironman thing needs to be a goal 3-4 years from now, because you got to do all this training, and don't think the Ironman needs to dominate your life. I always get a kick when I'm hearing people mentioning they're getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to train, and they can't go, they have to go to bed at 8 o'clock at night because they get up and train, and it always just cracks me up, because I don't do any of that type of stuff. I hope that helps. Ironman, yes, you got to be somewhat in shape to finish it, but you don't have to be in incredible shape. You got to be more mentally determined to just keep moving forward. Especially if you train, like I said, train smart, not long. Check out some of my other videos where I talked about that a little bit. I also have some different training plans online, pre-written ones, that you can check out that have the kind of that training philosophy. So I think it's an awesome experience, finishing the Ironman. But it doesn't need to dominate your life. If you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email or a message, and I'll respond as soon as I can. I hope it helps.